Hello everybody, good morning. How are you today? I hope you're really good and I hope you're ready for a story today. It's great to be with you. We're nearly ready for a story because we have lit our candle to remind us that Jesus is with us. And we need to say hello to our special friend who today is Bobby. So we'll say hello to Bobby. Come on, Bobby, how are you today? Are you all right? Oh, it's lovely to see you. We've not seen you for a while. Shall we sing hello to Bobby? Good idea. Hello, Bobby. Hello, Bobby. Hello, Bobby. How are you today? Are you good? Bobby, can you do a thumbs up? Thumbs up for everybody to say you're good, and thumbs up from everybody there. Say hello, good morning, are you okay? Wonderful. Well, we've been reading a story today, haven't we, Bobby? We've been reading a lovely story about a fish. In fact, it was a rainbow fish. I wonder if anybody knows that story, the story of the rainbow fish. It's a wonderful story about the most beautiful fish in all the ocean. His scales were red and blue and green and lots of different shades, and it even had shiny scales on the rainbow fish. He was very beautiful, but he was also very selfish and a bit self-centered. He was so beautiful that he thought he was too good to play with all the fish in the sea, all the other fish in the ocean. One day, a little blue fish asked Rainbow Fish for one of his beautiful shimmering scales, but he refused. Because of his selfishness, he was very unpopular with the other fish. He didn't have many friends. He was the most beautiful fish in the ocean, but he was also the loneliest fish in the ocean. He told Starfish about his problem, and Starfish sent him to see wise old Octopus. The octopus told Rainbow Fish that if he wanted to be happy, he should give one of his beautiful scales to each of the other fish. Rainbow Fish couldn't imagine giving away his beautiful scales. Once again, the little blue fish asked Rainbow Fish for one of his scales. He hesitated for a moment, but finally pulled off one of his scales and gave it to the little blue fish. When the other fish saw the little blue fish with a shiny scale, Rainbow Fish was surrounded by loads of other fish, all asking for one of his scales. Before he knew it, he'd given away all of his shiny scales except for one. Suddenly he realised that although he was no longer the most beautiful fish in the ocean, he was happier than he ever was before. That story reminds me about something that Jesus said to his disciples. One day he heard his disciples arguing about who was the best. They were arguing about who was the greatest and who would be the greatest in God's kingdom. Jesus said to them, "If you want to be first, you must be last, and you must be servant of all." He then put his arms around a little child and told his disciples, "If you welcome one of these, you welcome me, and whoever welcomes me welcomes the one who sent me." Sometimes we might think that the most important thing is to be first. Perhaps we think the most important thing is to be the smartest, or to be the greatest, or to be the most beautiful. But that isn't what Jesus said. He said that the most important thing was to think of others before ourselves and think of ourselves last. If we want to be great in God's sight, we should seek to be a servant rather than seeking to be served. I wonder if you could have a think about how you might put other people first this week. How might you try to be a servant rather than be served this week? And while you have a think of those things, we'll just roll our hands ready for our quiet song before we say our prayer. Can you roll your hands ready? Running over, my cup's full and running over. Since the Lord loves me, I'm as happy as can be. My cup's full and running over, my cup's full and running over. Since the Lord loves me, I'm as happy as can be. My cup's full and running over. And let's say our prayer. Dear Jesus, help us to remember that to be the greatest, we must be willing to be the least. Amen. And we'll say our action prayer together. The love of God be with us all forevermore. Amen. Lovely. Thank you for being with us this morning. It's wonderful to spend time with you and to share stories about fish, about rainbow fish and about Jesus. Lovely to be with you, and it's time to say goodbye. So we'll say bye-bye from Marie. And Bobby, do you want to come and say goodbye? Let's say bye-bye to all our friends. Bye-bye, bye-bye. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.